So I think I'm going to start making tutorials. This series is going to be called I'm Awesome and So Can You, because you're awesome too. You can be. I'm going into detail about this trick, but I have watched a bunch of the videos of Francis Brunn, and I would suggest you do the same. Like, watch my video, pay attention, and then see the way I do it, and then see the way he does it, because he has a lot of finesse, and he's been doing it a lot longer than I have, of course. And I'll have a link in the description box. This is a tutorial, pay attention, on the, I call it the Brunn roll, or Brunn roll, however you pronounce his name. You're using your right leg, I assume. If you want to use your left, it's the same thing. Oh yeah! To do this trick, you're going to have to be pretty advanced at contact juggling. You're going to have to be able to do simple arm rolls and chest rolls, and of course behind the neck is essential because you're coming from behind the neck. So please learn that before you do this, before you attempt it, because it's just going to be a bunch of strife. Also, another thing that you're going to want to do before you do this trick is to stretch a lot. I stretched for like 3 months before I did this trick. Not that I was in the greatest condition to start out with, but I suggest it. Maybe do different types of splits, you know, left in front, right in front, and then straight down the middle, I guess. I don't know how to describe splits. Like any juggling trick, the way to learn it is to just break it down to its simpler elements. So this involves a leg roll, an arm roll, back roll. You practice all those. To do this trick, you need to have the cradle with your foot down and extremely natural. Be able to move around with it and all that. The cradle is done by just making your toes, your big toe go up, and the ball fits right there. Pretty simple. Might want to practice with a beanbag or a hacky sack. And of course, learn everything with the other foot. The other side. The tendon on the top of your foot, if you kind of flex your foot a little bit or tense it up, you'll see there's a tendon that leads from your big toe to your leg. And on the top of your leg, above your calf, there's a bone that kind of separates to a left and right side. You want to have the ball go to your right side of your leg. So when it gets to your thigh, it'll be in the right position to lead up to your back. You need to practice your back control. For some reason I need to be driving while I'm doing this. Okay, you get the ball in the cradle of your foot. Your other foot is going to be facing at like a 45-degree angle to the side just for stability while your other leg is up there. You're going to lift your knee upward, and then you're going to move it out to the right. Then you're going to move at the knee. You need to bring your calf up, and while you're doing this, you need to point the toe. It gets from the calf to your thigh. It's going to be on the right side of your thigh. And from there, you just kind of make a twist from the waist up to your left. when it gets to your back, what you want to do is kind of put your chest out so the ball will roll forward and to the left. You can go up your back, and then you make it go to your shoulder and your arm, and that's the trick. I think that's about it. It's not. And then after, you're gonna have to do some sort of a dance of accomplishment once you finally do the trick. Some sort of like touchdown dance, you know. That's what I do. I'm still working out the kinks in this trick. I'm trying to get it to work the best I can. Anyway. So then you're going to want to take that and do the thing with the stuff, and you'll have it. Almost forgot. Sometimes when you see me do this trick, I use my elbow to kind of push it. And that's... I wouldn't want people to think that's how it's done. That's not how it's done. When I do that, it's kind of a mistake. So... best way to do it is to not get any, not have any assistance from your arms or hands. So don't do that. Another thing you want to keep in mind is to keep your hips level. So if there were a point on each side, trying to keep them on the same plane while you lift your leg up and do the roll might be a good idea. I've just started to try this, and it seems to look a lot better. Like when I started to point my toe, it looked a lot better, so I'd do that. So the way Francis Brunn does this trick, he like puts his foot more in the front, and then he turns a lot when it gets to his hip. And it looks great when he does it. I can't do it. I don't think I can lift my leg that high yet, I guess. But if you can, more power to you. Please do that. It would look great. But this is what works for me, and will probably work for you. I do it from the side, so it's going to be from my right foot to my left hand. It's going to go across my back. Francis Brunn does it straight up to the same hand. But this takes a lot of time. This took me like a couple months, like 3 to 5 months maybe. And that was, I don't know if that's even including, I learned to roll it up to my knee first. And then I realized, I could probably do that. After a long time of thinking, Francis Brunn's the only guy that does it, I'm never going to be able to do that trick. And somebody said, maybe you should just do it. And so I tried it, and it worked. Well, after some practice. One of the things I've learned from juggling is that you can really learn to do, if you see somebody doing a trick, you can probably learn to do it. As long as you put the time into it, you can probably learn to do that trick. I know that happened with this one. It's happened with a lot of others too. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for 2-ball chess roll.